Hi guys, so I am just gonna do kind of a quick update, what the heck's been going on, why I'm not posting as much as normal. Even on, if you follow me on Instagram, I haven't been posting much there either, because life has been rough. Pretty much that's the only way I can put it. It has been very difficult with just everything. So let me start at the beginning. Before school started, so probably about 7 weeks ago now, I think, 6-7 weeks ago now, Ed started a new job, which is great. It needed to happen. He was extremely unhappy at his old job. He was not appreciated there. He was very stressed, so it was causing him not to sleep, which wasn't good because he barely was getting enough sleep anyways because of the hours he had. He worked overnights, so he, needed sleep and what have you. So, and it looked like he was not going to be going anywhere with the company, like promotion, like he wasn't going to advance in the company is what it was getting to look at. So he started looking for a new job, and I am sorry if the lighting is bad. It's overcast today, so it's going to come in and out, and I look like crap anyways. I was going to put makeup on, but like I said, it's been tough lately. So anyways, so Ed started looking for a new job. He wasn't like actively looking. He just was like, he'd look every now and then, and he just so happened to find this job that he is at now, which when he was telling me about it, it kind of summed up everything he's ever wanted to do or has done in the past that he's really loved. It's got the towing aspect of it. It's got the natural disaster that he's always wanted to get into. It's a company that they're attached with FEMA, so like when natural disasters happen, they have, they get the piece of paper saying they, hours don't, mean anything. Because if you don't know, he's a truck driver. So, and he's always wanted to get into that. So anyways, he decided he wanted to go on the interview, and I was like, all right, so do it. So he went. He really liked it. He came home. He had nothing but good things to say. I did have some questions, and the recruiter who did the interview told him, because he said, look, I need to go back and discuss this with my wife. And she goes, look, if she has any questions, give me a call. So I had a few questions. I had like 4 or 5 questions, and he called, and she answered every single one of them immediately. She knew exactly what I needed to hear. And so at first I was like, oh, is it too good to be true? Like, switching a job. Ed's been at his job he was at for 3.5 years. We were kind of, it was comfortable. But at the same time, he needed to start feeling better. So he took the new job. It's been great, but it's also changed. He is now working during the day. So he leaves about between 5:30 and 6 every day, and is getting home anywhere between 6:30 at night, and there was one night he came home at 11:30. So needless to say, they're extremely long days. But mind you, he is now sleeping all night long. He's getting a full night's sleep, and that night he didn't get home till 11:30. It was actually Friday, so it was fine. So he's sleeping. He's happier. He's in such a better mood. He loves his job. He finds it very challenging. He's exhausted because it's actual like work. It's not just, sitting in a truck all day long. So he's really enjoying it. He's a much happier person. It is so much better for him physically, mentally, professionally. It's just been tremendous. It's also financially much better for us. It just all around is better. What I did not realize was going to take a toll on myself and the kids was the hours. I was like, well, his old job, he was going to bed anywhere between like 4 and 5 in the afternoon anyway, so he only saw the kids for an hour or so. It really wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't realize that it was going to affect us that much. Well, for me, I felt like I had a lot more to do because I did not realize like those little things that he would help with. Like, for example, if you don't know, we live in the South. We live in South Carolina, and it's still very hot. So I like to shower at night after, sweating all day, having to go in and out with the kids. If we play outside, I have to go get them after school. It's still hot. I mean, it's like 92 degrees already, and it's not even noon. So it's still hot out. So I don't want to shower midday while Mia's napping right now. Like, I don't want to do that. Eventually, yes, once it cools off, I will. But I didn't realize that before, when the kids would get out of, last year, when the boys would get out of school, I would shower before Ed went to bed. It was just one of those things, like, I always would take a shower before he went to bed so that he could watch. Pretty much it was the baby. The boys, they're fine. I can take a shower while they're around. But it was Mia, and now where she's not getting that afternoon, we only are taking one nap a day. I'm not getting the afternoon nap where I can quickly hop in the shower after they get home from school. So it was me. I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much more to do. I definitely needed to change the feng shui. Like, I need to get more things done while the boys are at school, because if you have kids, you know, when you get home from school, it is chaos until bedtime. So Mia and I leave the house about 2:10 every day. So from 2:10 until 6 o'clock when Mia is asleep, because the chaos is when everybody is awake. Once everyone starts passing out, which it starts about 6, when she goes to sleep, Robert's shortly behind her, if not falling asleep while I'm putting her to sleep. Last night I was getting her to sleep and he fell asleep on the couch. It's till 6 o'clock. So we're talking almost 4 hours of chaos. It's, you know, we were doing pickup, so you're out doing that. We're, you know, taking care of if we have homework. We're only kindergarten, first grade, so we really don't have much. You've got emptying the backpacks. You've got snack time. You've got dinner. Sorry, I'm getting messages on my phone. I'm recording on my phone right now. So, anyways, so it's that. Then you do dinner, then you go baths, and then it's, you know, dealing with the witching hour, which at our house starts about 4:30 with the baby, or I shouldn't say she's a baby. She's a 1-year-old, so you know how that goes. It's chaos, and I was realizing that I was putting too much pressure on myself during that time, that I needed to eliminate some of the stuff going on, and I needed to make that time just about the kids and what necessarily has to get done, not like silly little things. So for me, it was adjusting everything to do it before the kids get home from school, like making sure dinner is already cooked, which made sense anyways, because like I said, Ed's got funky schedules, so he's home later. My nephew started a new job also right around the same time as my husband, and so his hours are different, so he's getting home later. I eat either sometimes with the kids, I sometimes eat right after I get them like bathed. Sometimes I'm not eating till after they get home, after they go to bed. So needless to say, having dinner ready for 5 really wasn't acceptable, especially when the kids wanted to eat. And I kid you not, sometimes it's 3:30 and they want dinner. Like, they want to eat. So I have been feeding them early. So they'll eat a big dinner. They'll eat until like probably like 4:30. Then we bathe, we do all that. And then they have another snack. So it was, having dinner ready and just having to heat it up was much better than starting it when we got home at 2:45, when they're going to want to eat 45 minutes later. Like right now, my meatloaf is cooking in the oven. I've already got it started. So it's realizing that I need to do that instead of, you know, making sure dinner was ready for 5. And it's like, that's not realistic, because nobody's home. Nobody's eating at 5 o'clock. Possibly me, but usually not, because I have to wait till the kids go to bed, because nobody will let me sit down for long enough to eat. So it's been an adjustment. I did not realize how much it changed it for me, and how it was taking a toll on myself. I was wearing myself out. And then last week it really came to a head, because we realized it was affecting the children, and it took them this long to realize it. Robert started having a hard time at school, and he was doing fantastic. So it was kind of weird, and we didn't realize that that was the trigger. He all of a sudden realized he wasn't getting enough daddy time and wasn't expressing himself, that that's what the problem was. So he had a really, really bad day at school, and I got a phone call. And yeah, that was the first one. Not so happy about that. But after talking to him, and then after my husband, my timer for my meatloaf would go off while I'm recording this. But anyways, so Robert decided, we realized that Robert was having a hard time. So we talked to him, we tried to figure out what was going on, and he finally we got it out of him that he was missing daddy and needed time with just daddy. And obviously weekends are kind of hard to try to make time for each child and have enough time for them. And of course, Ed had to work this past weekend. He had to work Saturday, so we had less time. So we've now realized that Ed needs to make the kids, make special time for each of them every weekend, especially Robert. Jeffrey, is still getting to see it. He's awake sometimes. Jeffrey doesn't usually go to sleep until like about 7. So there are nights that he gets to see him, like last night. Nope, last night he did not. But the night before, he saw him before bed. And they see him every morning because they're up early. So they get to see him for like a half hour, 45 minutes before he leaves. But they're not getting that time at the end of the day. And we did not realize that that was bothering Robert. So now Ed is making sure that he does something special. If he's got errands to run, you know, he'll take Robert. Or, you know, if, you know, Robert wants to go ride his scooter, it doesn't have to be something we all do. He could just go with Daddy. Which, that was the thing. Like, we were doing stuff on the weekends as a family, but we did not realize that Robert needed that one-on-one time, which is fine. So the rest of the week went fine after we realized this, which I think it was like Wednesday last week. So it was Wednesday, so we had, you know, the rest of the week he did better. And then this week he's been doing phenomenal. So it definitely did help. He did get that time with Daddy. Even though it wasn't just Ed and Robert, Jeffrey ended up going too on Sunday when they went to go run a few errands. Jeffrey just last minute decided to go, and Robert was actually okay with sharing the time with Daddy, but it was good they just went out with the two of them. Or, you know, the two of them went out with Daddy. As for myself, if you saw my post on Instagram, I kind of needed some mummy time this past weekend, and I got out and had a hour to myself. I got a coffee at Starbucks and I walked around Target. We did need something, so I did. It wasn't like it was a wasted trip and I just like perused, but I did, honestly, I took my time. I looked at the clearance section. Like, I really was like killing time because I really just needed to regroup, and I'm like, I'm finishing this coffee before I leave. And it was so good. I came back and I felt so much better. Yes, I did have the mom guilt. I felt bad, you know, leaving my husband with all 3 kids, because he does not do that, honestly. The only time he really will watch all 3 kids is usually me is sleeping, or it's while I'm taking a shower. So I'm not like gone that long, you know, I'm taking a shower. And honestly, before, I think what happened was I was putting so much pressure on myself that I was getting so upset that I wasn't having that downtime. I wasn't making sure I was doing something for myself, like making sure I just took a shower at the end of the day, regroup, and feel better. I let it go so long that then this past weekend I needed to literally remove myself from the house for a little bit and kind of get out of mom mode for a little bit, even though I did find things for the kids, and come back. And I must say, I did feel better. I felt much better, and this week honestly has been really good. So with that being said, it has just been really tough over here. It's been a challenge. I did not think that the new job would affect us all like this. I knew it was going to be a change, but I'm like, I do everything anyway. So I really didn't think, oh, it's going to be that much. But man, those afternoons and evening is tough when it's every day by yourself. But on the other hand, now Ed is, you know, he comes home Friday night and, you know, he sleeps. He's not exhausted. I mean, he's physically exhausted from the day, but he's not overtired from the whole week. So he just gets his normal sleep, and then Saturday comes and he's ready to go and just, you know, is able to spend that whole time with us and not feel exhausted, which is awesome. It's been great that way. But holy crap, it was tough. It apparently drove us crazy is what was happening. But now this week has been better. You know, we explained to the kids, you know, why Daddy, you know, got the new job. And I tried to explain to Robert, and he seemed to get it. I was like, you know, Daddy was not happy with the other job. He was really angry, huh? And he said, yeah. I'm like, because he needed a change. He's much happier now. This is better for all of us. So hopefully everything will start dying down, you know, start evening out. Obviously, there's still going to be chaos, but I think we're all getting into the new routine, and it just took way longer than anticipated. But this week I've tried to realize that I need to keep my afternoons and evening simple. I don't want to say the bare minimum, but like, I'm not putting any extra tasks into the afternoon. Like, we're not running errands, or, you know, I still have laundry to do. Like, I'm trying to get that all done during the day so that when we leave to go pick up the boys, when we come home, it's literally just all about the kids, and you know, Mommy will have my time, you know, when they all go to sleep. Hold on. I thought I heard her. I was gonna say, I hope she's not awake yet. She's asleep. New monitor, so I'm still trying to like figure it out. But anyways, so that's kind of what's been going on, because I feel bad because all I've done is like hauls and like meals and lunches, but that's all I've been able to do. But I still want to do it, so it's like I still have that desire. I still have that YouTube desire, and I'm hoping maybe next week I can get into the, like, not so much a day in the life, because it's, I don't know, but maybe just like take you around with me throughout the day and watch how I get things done. And I know I've got a lot of people asking about the meal prepping I've been doing, so I might do some of that. But that is where we've been. That's why there hasn't been much variety. It's been tough, but I feel like it's better. This week is definitely better. I think we just all took the weekend to kind of be like, okay, this is the new normal. We just need to now live with it. And hopefully this is just, you know, the beginning of something great. I feel like it's going to be. It's taking its time. So hope you all are doing well. If you have any video suggestions, please put them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.